Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here. So today we're going to talk about one of my top 10 anticipated films of 2017. Based on the novel by David Eggers, we are talking about The Circle, starring Tom Hanks, Emma Watson, Karen Gillan, John Boyega, Patton Oswalt, and, sadly, the very last performance of one of the greatest character actors of all time, Bill Paxton. So this is the story of a girl named May who is at a dead-end job, and all of a sudden her friend Anne gives her a call and says, "I got you an interview at the biggest company in the world," and it is called The Circle. This is a company that bases itself around connecting the world through computers and social media. And when May gets her chance, she enjoys it, she adores this company, but then the longer she stays, she discovers some very interesting things about this company, and it is a very interesting movie about how much power is too much power. So this was a movie that I was very interested in, and I was very impressed with the fact that this is Emma Watson's biggest year since Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. She has made a killing in the box office with the Disney live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, and now she's in a movie with all people but Tom Hanks. I mean, how could I not want to see a movie like this? So, the only thing that got me a little bit nervous was the fact that there were a lot of people that were not liking this movie. Let's just say that my expectations were starting to get a little bit nerve-wracked. It was disappointing because of the fact that it was not as awesome as I thought it was going to be. But if there's one thing that I can take away from this film is it is an amazing conversation starter. The movie itself is a very interesting story. It's a very basic plot. It's a very interesting way of telling a story because there's a lot of gray in this movie. There are no true protagonists and antagonists. I mean, everything is put out there in black and white. You know who the heroes are and you know who the villains are, but as the movie goes, you don't really think of these people as true heroes and villains. It's a very unique thing. Also, the acting is not bad. As a matter of fact, I thought that Emma Watson was very good. I found her character engaging. I thought that Karen Gillan, who I absolutely love in Guardians of the Galaxy, was fantastic as well. I also really loved Bill Paxton's performance. Even though he really wasn't in the film, I really appreciated it, especially considering the fact that this was his last. Unfortunately, I always say that it is horrible when the last performance of an actor goes into a movie that doesn't do well. But if there's anything that I can say about Bill Paxton, he did a great job in his own personal performance. I don't know why people are not enjoying Tom Hanks' performance in this movie. I thought that it was really good. And it also had an amazing score from Danny Elfman, probably one of the most unique, and once again, I'm very pissed off because of the fact that you can't get this soundtrack on CD, because I would love to hear some of these songs again. One of the interesting things about this movie is when you take a real good look into this, it's very pretty dystopia. Sure, it's technologically advanced, it's clean, it's beautiful and bright, but take a deep look at what is going on in this movie. This movie takes a lot of hits on all different areas of social construct and social commentary. And I feel that that's where the conversations will go. It definitely takes a stab at conservatives, it takes a stab at liberals, it takes a stab at technological dependency, it sends a message about how social media can really give you artificial friendships and destroy real ones. It even gives us an excellent look at balance of power, corporate greed, and so many other things that are very relevant to the world today. But I feel that the way that everything was told could have been told a lot better. Also, as the story moved along, it was very hard to understand how the characters were involved in the story. I mean, I didn't like Emma Watson's character's transition. I didn't really know how involved she was, if she was involved, and at the very end, with a very open-ended ending, it was not a bad thing to do, but it was not necessarily a good thing to do either, because it will just raise a ton of questions, and sometimes, while that may be a good thing in film, there are certain times when you don't want that to happen in your films. There's also a lot of acting in this film that was very underused. I feel that they could have given more to John Boyega, and I feel that because of all of that, it just wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. But I'm not going to say miss this movie. I feel that even though it is not one of the most well-constructed films, as well as one of the most likable films, I still feel that it's an important movie to see just because of all the topics that it deals with, whether they did a good job on it or not. There's definitely good things in here that you can make great conversations and debates on. Is this a movie that I want to see again? To a certain degree, yes, but it's not one of those movies that I would want to see over and over again. And is this a movie that I want to buy on DVD? Unfortunately, no. This is a movie that I really thought was going to be better. I feel that the trailers really overhyped this film and gave it a very different feel, and you just didn't get that feel when you went into the theater and saw this movie. And I also feel that that's another one of the film's major downfalls, because as far as I can see right now, it's not doing well by the critics. YouTube people who have already reviewed this movie are not enjoying this film. Some of them are even giving it like D's or like 1 out of 4 stars or 5 stars. Either way, the reviews are low. But I'm not going to be that mean to it, because I still feel that there is some good value in this movie, even though the film was not executed properly. I am going to give The Circle 2.5 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please put your comments in the box below, and let's discuss The Circle, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.